We are paid in proportion to the value we bring, not the time we spend. Our rewards in life will always be in exact proportion to our service. Everything that grows, everything that lasts, is built on that one principle. You can trace it through every profession, every craft, every life that ever amounted to something. The measure of service always determined the measure of success. Yet few pause to think what that really means. We live in a world busy with doing, chasing, performing, yet very few ever stop to ask, am I actually serving? Time alone doesn't make you valuable. Hard work by itself doesn't guarantee reward. What gives your work worth is what it does for others. That's where every real form of prosperity begins, in usefulness. Service is not servitude. It's not bowing or pleasing. It's the deliberate act of adding worth wherever you stand, through your ideas, your reliability, your effort, your character. It's understanding that life pays back what you contribute, not what you demand. You can't take more from the world than you've first given it. The moment you try, you'll find resistance waiting. But when you give freely, when you create something of value, when you lift those around you, you open a channel through which success begins to move. Every man and woman alive today is already serving someone or something. The question isn't if you serve, it's how well. Some serve through skill, others through leadership, others through quiet acts of consistency. Whatever your station, your service defines your reward, in income, in respect, in peace of mind. When you meet someone who has built a fine life, a life of stability, influence, and calm confidence, you can be certain they earned it by serving at a level above the ordinary. They learned that giving more than expected always returns more than imagined. The law of service doesn't belong to any profession or philosophy. It's written into life itself. The farmer plants, the soil returns, the craftsman shapes, the world pays for what's shaped. The teacher gives understanding. The mind that learns changes everything it touches. We rise by the value of our contribution. That's the quiet law, and it never fails, not because it's mystical, but because it's fair. You might think you work for a company, a client, a customer, but in truth, you work for the invisible law that measures how much you give, how well you give, and how sincerely you give it. That's what determines what comes back. Service is the unseen exchange at the heart of progress. It turns strangers into partners, labor into legacy, and time into wealth. It builds trust, and trust builds everything else. So the question isn't, how can I earn more? It's, how can I serve more? Because every improvement in your life will begin the moment you start adding more value to the lives around you. And once you understand that, once you make service your foundation, you'll never need to chase success again. It will start moving toward you, drawn to the value you create. Why service is the foundation of every form of success. Everything worthwhile begins with the same idea, to be useful. It's the oldest law of gain, yet the least discussed. Every advancement, every lasting business, every trusted name began because someone decided to make life a little easier, a little better, or a little more meaningful for someone else. That simple intent, to serve well, has always been the foundation of progress. Service is not a word to decorate speeches. It's the quiet force that runs the world. It's the reason one person is trusted while another is forgotten. It's the invisible contract between the individual and life itself. Give your best, and you will not go unrewarded. You can test this law anywhere, at any time. Look at the person who gives more care, more thought, more consistency, and you'll find someone rising. Not instantly, but steadily, because life has a peculiar fairness. It lifts the person who lifts others. To serve well doesn't mean you work more hours or push yourself endlessly. It means you bring more value into each hour. It means the work you do carries your fingerprint, accuracy, patience, integrity, pride. Service creates worth, and worth is what every reward is built on. The world doesn't pay for time. It pays for what that time produces. A man can spend 10 years doing something poorly, and another can master it in 1. The difference isn't luck, it's quality of service. When your focus shifts from getting ahead to doing good work, something remarkable happens. Anxiety fades, confusion clears. You begin to see your role in the larger picture, and in serving others, you begin to strengthen yourself. Service is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you start, your level of education, your connections, or your background. If you commit to being useful, to delivering something genuine, the law begins to move in your favor. People will seek you out, not because you advertise, but because they remember how you made their lives easier or better. The finest rewards in life are never seized. They're earned quietly through usefulness. The more you refine the value you bring, the more the world adjusts to meet you halfway. And service has another gift. It builds character. Every time you do a task well, even when no one notices, you strengthen the unseen parts of yourself. You become someone who can be counted on. And reliability, though simple, is one of the rarest forms of excellence. So, when people speak of success, they often talk about luck, timing, opportunity. Those things come and go. But the person who learns to serve, honestly, faithfully, and with pride, carries with him a kind of wealth that no circumstance can take away. Service is not a technique, it's a principle. It doesn't need recognition to work. It doesn't need applause to stay true. It simply needs sincerity, the quiet desire to do something well for the sake of doing it well. That's where success begins, in the heart of service. Because when your work becomes an act of giving, the rewards will find you, even if you've stopped looking for them. How to build value that naturally attracts opportunity. Opportunity doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who prepare. And preparation, in its truest form, means building value within yourself until the world can't help but notice. You can't chase opportunity like a hunter chasing shadows. It's not something you run after. It's something you grow into. The world has a way of finding people who make themselves useful. You won't have to shout or beg for attention if what you offer genuinely matters. Building value begins quietly, long before anyone sees the results. It begins when you decide that the standard of your work will not depend on who's watching. It's when you stop asking, "What will I get for this?" and start asking, "How well can I do this?" When a person starts to care about the quality of their work, life starts to care about the quality of their reward. You build value by knowing your craft deeply, not just doing it, understanding it, improving it, refining it until you can see what others miss. That depth becomes your advantage. People can copy a product, but they can't copy precision. They can copy words, but not conviction. The one who takes the time to master their work builds something no one else can easily replace. Value also comes from consistency. The world trusts steady hands. A person who shows up the same way every day, focused, reliable, thorough, becomes rare, and rarity is always valuable. We often think of value as something grand, but it's not. It's in the details. It's in being on time, keeping your word, finishing what you start. It's in the pride you take in every small act. Excellence is not a moment. It's a habit, and habits, over time, create identity. You build value by caring about the people you serve, caring about the result of your effort, caring about how your work lives in the world. People can feel the difference between someone doing a job and someone serving through it. The first completes a task, the second creates impact. And that impact, that quiet contribution, is what opportunity listens for, because opportunity doesn't chase noise, it moves toward usefulness. When you become valuable, you no longer need to ask for chances. People begin to bring them to you. A reputation built on service and quality becomes its own advertisement. Your name starts to work for you long after you've stopped speaking for yourself. The key is patience. The seed of value doesn't sprout the moment you plant it. It grows in silence, nourished by discipline, watered by repetition, strengthened by character. Keep at it long enough, and one day, what you've built will stand on its own. Every ounce of real value you create eventually finds its way back to you, multiplied. So, if you wish for greater opportunity, don't chase it. Outgrow your current one. Work on yourself, your craft, your standard, because the moment you become truly valuable, you'll never have to look for opportunity again. It will start looking for you. The difference between serving and selling. Many people spend their days trying to sell their products, their ideas, even themselves, yet very few ever learn how to serve. And the difference between the two makes all the difference in the world. Selling is an attempt to take, serving is an attempt to give. Selling asks, how can I convince? Serving asks, how can I contribute? The person who only sells measures each interaction by what he gains from it. The one who serves measures it by what he leaves behind. Understanding, satisfaction, trust. The irony is that the one who serves always ends up selling more because people buy sincerity faster than they buy persuasion. Service has weight. It carries honesty. When you approach your work with the quiet intent to help, people can feel it in your tone, in your patience, in the care you take. It doesn't need slogans or promises. It earns attention by being real. Selling ends when the transaction ends. Service begins when the transaction starts. Anyone can close a deal once. Only service can open a relationship that lasts. You see, serving is not about generosity alone. It's about understanding. It's listening until you know what truly matters to the person in front of you, and then shaping your effort to meet that need with integrity. It's work done with people, not at them. Service doesn't flatter. It fulfills. It doesn't chase approval. It builds trust. It doesn't pressure. It invites. When you shift from selling to serving, your entire world changes. You stop fearing rejection because your focus moves from yourself to the person you're helping. You stop feeling like you're trying to take something. Instead, you're adding something of worth, and that change in motive changes everything around you. A person who serves never runs out of opportunity because service is always needed. Whether you're a craftsman, a teacher, a leader, or a neighbor, there will always be someone who benefits from what you offer done well and done honestly. The finest professionals in any field are servants first. The doctor who listens carefully before prescribing, the builder who refuses to cut corners, the manager who takes time to teach instead of just ordering. Their service becomes their signature, the quiet reason people trust them. And when people trust you, selling takes care of itself. They come back. They tell others. Your name begins to travel farther than you do. That's how the law works. Service creates reputation. Reputation attracts reward. You don't have to push, you only have to perform, faithfully, attentively, sincerely. The difference between serving and selling is the difference between a career and a calling. One ends when the contract is signed, the other continues long after. So whatever you do, make it an act of service. Let every interaction carry the quiet message, I'm here to make something better. Because the moment you do that, you'll stop trying to win people over, and they'll start wanting to follow you. How contribution shapes your purpose and prosperity. There's a moment in every life when the question shifts. It moves from what do I want to what can I give, and that moment marks the beginning of real growth. Purpose doesn't appear through chance or luck. It unfolds through contribution, through the steady habit of doing work that matters to someone besides yourself. The more you give of your ability, your understanding, your care, the clearer your direction becomes. A person who lives only for himself moves in circles. His goals change with moods, his satisfaction fades quickly, and every achievement feels smaller than expected. But the one who lives through contribution, who asks, where can I be useful, begins to feel something larger guiding him. His work gains meaning, his days gain structure. Contribution ties you to something greater. It turns routine into responsibility, and responsibility into fulfillment. You begin to realize that what you do, even quietly, adds to the shape of the world. Prosperity is not only what you gather, it's what you grow through giving. The world doesn't pay for need, it pays for usefulness, and usefulness always begins with an intention to contribute. Every time you give your best effort, even in small ways, you're building unseen bridges. You're planting seeds that may sprout in places you'll never stand. That's how contribution works. It echoes. A kind word improves a day, a well-done job improves a company, a great idea improves lives. None of it is lost. It all returns in some form, in trust, in goodwill, in opportunity, in peace of mind. Purpose grows where self-interest ends. Once you stop working for yourself alone, your work starts working for you. You begin to attract people, experiences, and chances that match the quality of what you've been giving. It's not philosophy, it's law. Life moves in circles, and what you put into it comes back to meet you. Sometimes directly, sometimes quietly, but always faithfully. Contribution also clarifies value. It reveals what truly matters to you. You start to see which parts of your work feel most meaningful, which moments make you forget time, which acts leave you quietly satisfied. That's purpose showing its face. You don't find purpose by thinking about it. You find it by serving through it, by engaging with the world, giving your best where you are, and letting the lessons shape you. And in the process, something remarkable happens. You stop chasing prosperity, and prosperity starts following your contribution. You begin to see that life's rewards are not delayed. They're simply stored until you've earned them through consistent service. So if you feel lost, don't look for a map. Look for a way to help. Do one thing well, add one bit of value, contribute, even in silence. Because every small act done with care adds weight to your purpose, and purpose, in turn, creates a kind of wealth that no market can measure. Service gives your work meaning, but contribution gives you meaning. It shapes not just what you do, but who you become in the doing. That's how purpose is born. Through service offered with sincerity, and through the quiet joy of knowing your life has made a difference. Lessons on integrity, excellence, and personal growth. Integrity is the silent partner of service. You can serve without talent, but you can't serve without honesty. A person's work may look fine on the surface, but the real test is invisible. It's in the intention behind it. Integrity means doing what is right when no one is watching, finishing what you start, keeping your word even when it costs you something. It's not dramatic, it's dependable. And over time, that dependability becomes the foundation of trust, the most valuable currency any person can hold. Integrity is what turns service into strength. Without it, effort becomes hollow. With it, even the smallest act gains power. People can sense when something has been done with care. It carries weight, it carries dignity. And that brings us to excellence. Excellence is not perfection. It's not about flawless performance. It's about the quiet decision to do a little better than required, a little more than expected, a little longer than comfortable. It's the difference between completing a task and taking pride in it. Excellence is a habit, not an event. You build it by caring about the details, how you greet someone, how you finish your work, how you treat what belongs to others. Those small acts shape the kind of person you become, and as the person grows, so does the reward. The road to personal growth runs straight through service, because service demands qualities that comfort never teaches: patience, empathy, humility, consistency. Every time you serve sincerely, you're strengthening these muscles. You're building endurance of character. Growth rarely feels like growth while it's happening. It often feels like effort, fatigue, even frustration. But that's how character is forged, not in moments of ease, but in moments when you choose to do the right thing even when it's not convenient. The real reward of service is who you become through it. The pay, the recognition, the position, those are reflections. The deeper gain is inward, clearer judgment, steadier temperament, deeper gratitude. You begin to live with a quiet confidence that can't be shaken by circumstance because it's built on self-respect. Integrity and excellence feed one another. Integrity gives your work credibility. Excellence gives it beauty. Together they create influence, the kind that doesn't need noise to be felt. There's a calm power in those who live this way. You can sense it when they enter a room. They don't need to prove themselves. Their consistency speaks louder than their words. They carry the assurance of someone who knows the law of service is already working in their favor. Personal growth isn't about becoming someone else. It's about refining who you already are. It's a lifelong process of shaping the best parts of yourself through meaningful work and honest effort. And as you grow, everything around you begins to grow too. Your opportunities, your relationships, your peace of mind. Because when you serve with integrity and strive for excellence, life responds in kind. That is the quiet miracle of service. It transforms both the giver and the world around him, one honest act at a time. So, everything in life answers to service. The measure of what you receive will always match the measure of what you give. It may not return immediately, but it always returns, multiplied, transformed, and right on time. Service is the quiet law that runs beneath every success story. It rewards the carpenter who builds with care, the teacher who shapes minds, the worker who takes pride in the smallest task. It lifts the honest, the patient, the dependable, and it humbles those who try to take more than they give. Make yourself useful. Bring something of worth into every room you enter, every job you do, every life you touch. Let the quality of your service speak louder than your words. Do this long enough, and the world will find you. Opportunities will find you. Prosperity will find you, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it through steady, sincere effort. In the end, success is not a mystery. It's the reflection of your contribution. So serve well, serve with honesty, serve with pride, because the law of service never fails, and those who live by it never truly fall behind.